I emailed our boy on this.
Oh, you did
on
email.
The line, but he said it's gonna be a couple weeks.
He said he was sending it today.
He said it's be a couple weeks.
He got my address today. I'm sending you line samples.
Of what?
Oh, the addicts
new
are.
gray?
We're talking about line, guys.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, the new gray, because I asked him about the bold.
Oh, I didn't ask him about that. It may not be the gray. What's up, everyone? If you're tuning in, thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Another Addicted Fishing Live. It's Wednesday. We're here every single Wednesday. If you guys didn't know, we do these live feeds. And join us. Come talk fishing. It's fun. Tonight we're going to be talking summer Chinook. You caught some today, didn't you?
I did. It was awesome. I mean,
Big-
the only
any
day
giants?
I fished for him. One giant.
You got a
One not,
picture?
well, giant for this
A
day
picture?
and age.
20s? Gotta have something.
Hold on. Oh. Hold on.
What's up, everyone? I see we're finally getting some comments
Yeah, there
moving
we go.
in here.
There we go. Yeah, let me message my guy and be like, hey, send me some pictures.
We'll see if we can get a couple pictures of some fish Cam caught today. How many of you guys, if you guys are local here in the Oregon, Washington area, how many of you guys were out summer Chinook fishing? If you are not local and you're tuning into our live feed tonight, we really hope that some of our tips and tricks and all the videos we're putting out are helping you guys as well. You know, a lot of you guys are salmon and steelhead fishermen in other regions, and I'm sure a lot of our techniques cross over. It's funny, I get a lot of messages from a lot of you guys out there. They're like, they keep a lot of our tactics under wrap, Cam. They like watch us and then they use them in like Michigan or Minnesota or whatever, and they'll be like, dude, I was doing this, what you guys told me, we've been killing it, I'm not telling anyone about it. So it's cool. It's cool to see that a salmon's a salmon, right?
It is salmon, but it always pays to be ahead of the crowd. And what's so funny, too, it's like, you know, when you see techniques and everyone shifts there, and then it's like, you know, especially like a steelhead, well, then you revert back to the stuff that you were doing like 25 years ago because no one's doing it. It's like the beads and then fishing behind guys, fishing beads, the spawn sacks. I'll just say it now because it's not even winter time, but I love it. You guys all fish your beads.
And I'll fish my spawns.
Fish my spawn sacks right behind you because it's a bead that smells like eggs. But like I said, you know, it just goes back. So you always want to be kind of ahead
It
of the
doesn't
curve.
smell like eggs, it is eggs. Well, I guess it smells like it too.
For sure.
All right, you guys. I see a bunch of you guys already commenting where you're tuning in from. You guys know the drill. We always like to get these live feeds started off with a giveaway. So if you want an opportunity to win something, I'm going to go back here in my little goodies and pick some prizes out. But do us a favor. Please share this out there if you can. Give the video a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, text message it to a couple buddies. Tell them to come join Addicted Fishing. It's crazy. We are about to break 120,000 subscribers. It's like we hit 100, and then from there we're growing fast.
We're breaking 200 by the end of the year. Should we?
Can we get there, addicts?
Oh,
Can you guys help us get
I'd take a $100 bet with somebody if they wanted to bet against
200,000 subscribers before the end of the year? That's what we're shooting
wanna do
for.
it?
That's our goal.
No. Granted, you could do something maybe like Tank the brand or something.
So again,
I better be careful.
smash the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Share it out there to your family, friends. If you're on Facebook, share it out to Facebook groups, wherever you guys like to share things. And then do not forget, comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from.
And Kraken or Creekin or whatever Dave was like, oh yeah, I use some of those techniques up here in northern BC and they work well. That's awesome to hear, man.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Checking out a lot of you guys tuning in from everywhere.
Right,
here it is,
gonna
Camas, Vancouver, Bend.
We're going to get a good prize. We'll get a good little
If you
prize
think
back
you
over.
are the furthest away from the northwest part of the country where we're filming this, let us really know where you're tuning in. I want to find out who our furthest away person who's tuned in tonight.
That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah. Or like Australia or something. I don't know. That's my shitty Australian voice.
Okay, guys, we got some Tough Line XP 30-pound. Cam, you want to go side cam?
Side cam. Oh, yeah.
Show you guys what we're giving away here. We backed the camera up a little bit, so we'll probably go into side cam a little more just so you guys can see some of these things up close. But we're going to give away a spool of 30-pound Tough Line.
Scotland, 3 a.m. And his name is Generate Scotland, so I probably believe him.
Nice.
That's awesome, dude. Scotland.
That might be the winner.
Yeah, I say.
Okay, we got a spool of Tough Line, then we also have a short bust 3.5 spinner, which we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. Cam, you want to show that in the side cam?
Yeah.
3.5?
Yeah.
There she is, the old short bust spinner.
I'm familiar with Roseville and Orangevale. I'm really familiar with Orangevale.
Russia?
Orangevale, California.
I don't believe Russia. Someone said Russia.
Russia.
Oh, Russian.
Russian. What's up from Michigan? Anthony John.
You guys get
I
the
believe
drill.
that because I think you said a bunch.
Are you guys pushing the thumbs up button though? That is the real test.
Sacramento. Sacktown. More like Side Legend. No.
That's right, dude.
Moon, if you know what I mean. Nope, I don't.
You guys want to know something funny? The name of the plug, the custom plug that we released this year, I didn't even tell Cameron. I just named it the Legend 2.0.
He's like, go look online. And I look online. I'm like.
Because to be fair, you guys, I actually designed that plug. I took some of Cam's old plugs that I had pictures of and ones that I know that he'd loved and used a lot for Chinook. And then I just tried to come up with my own variation with the painter, and he helped me a lot. The painter did. And we came up with it, the Legend 2.0.
Dude, it's awesome, though.
It turned out good.
Chinooks were biting on them today. Yep.
You should be watching from Facebook and YouTube. How about that? How about that, Travis?
Do you have a TV screen and a cell phone? Perfect. Elkton. Out on the river as we speak. Will, hope you get one. That's sick.
Charles is out there fishing, too.
What? What's that slacker? He should be here. He got fish?
Yeah, he just sent us a picture of a steelhead.
Oh, yep. Oh, the steelhead that we can't keep now.
Have to let him go.
Oh, well.
Had to let him go.
That was fair then. That was fair there.
All right, guys. One other thing we got to say. We got to say shout out to Stevens Marine. As you guys know, Stevens Marine is the new Addicted Fishing Live sponsor. They're helping us continue to keep this live feed going and doing it every week for you guys. So shout out to Stevens and obviously their awesome brands, Alumaweld and Mercury.
Yeah.
So do not forget, if you have any boat questions or you guys are looking to get new boats or anything, feel free to ask us. Ask Cam. I already got a couple last week. I'm sure you did too.
I did too.
A couple guys messaged me, asked for discount codes saying they wanted to buy new motors and all sorts of stuff. So if you guys need any of that, please hit us up. If I didn't message you back, I promise I will. I got a lot of messages, so give me... Yes, I will. I promise. I will try.
No, I did. I got a couple. I got a couple real good inquiries just on that new Mercury 4-stroke I've been running.
Nice.
So, and I've got a year and a half now under my belt with it, and still couldn't be happier.
Awesome.
So.
Well, we will be releasing a couple different official Addicted Stevens Marine discount codes that you guys can use at Stevens to get discounts. So if you guys message me and ask me for those, the reason I haven't given them back to you because I haven't got them yet. So
I see that.
As soon as we get those discount codes, we'll put them out there and we'll make sure we mention them during the live feeds and all the videos and stuff. And then be on the lookout for a lot more boating content. I actually just got off the phone yesterday with a guy from the Oregon State Marine Board. So we're going to be filming.
Yeah.
We're going to be filming some stuff with them down in Astoria, just about boat safety, life jackets, things you should have in your boat, all that kind of stuff with the Marine Board. And then we're also going to be doing some jet boat stuff with the Oregon State Marine Board. They do some jet boat classes where they teach people how to run rivers and stuff like that. So we're going to go down and join them and film some of it and hopefully get some info out to you guys.
Perfect.
So it should be cool. We're excited about it. So look out for content on that if you guys are looking to buy boats or looking to get into it. We're going to hopefully try to narrow that gap and make it less scary for you. Because sometimes it is, dude, when you go from a bank guy to buying your first boat, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I remember when I bought my first boat and I went to go back it down the launch and stuff. Even though you'd done it before with friends and stuff, it's still it's your first boat, you know? And so hopefully we can help, give you guys some tips and tricks and all that to work through all those things. And then a lot of you guys already have boats. But I will say there was a pretty predominant comments on the last Addicted Life on Sunday. People were like, come on, guys, please do some more bank fishing episodes. You said this is a bank fishing episode, but yet you used...
We heard the bank fishing episode?
But you used Cameron's big boat to get out there, and then you used a kayak to run the lines out, so it's not really bank fishing.
That's still we used it to get to a spot that wasn't really popular and wasn't really crowded, and we didn't want to go... We didn't want to go rain on a bunch of guys' parade, so we just picked a beach that we just kind of knew about, and we just fished it, and it was productive.
It was awesome.
We did that to get away. But so if you would have taken, if we wouldn't have, honestly, we could have shown.
Done it in another place, for sure.
Well, no, but we could have also shown in that episode my boat not being there at all, and no one would have known the wiser. We wouldn't have changed anything we would have done.
No, but we also used the kayak.
But we did use the kayak. Well, you got to use the kayak.
You got to use the kayak. But regardless, I got a lot of comments on the Addicted Life video, so... Don't worry, guys. It's just the time of the season. A lot of that stuff we're doing this time of year. As soon as we get the opportunity, we'll be moving into tributaries and doing all that stuff. And there'll be a lot of bank fishing stuff coming up, I promise. What do you got here? $2 super chat from Robert Alexander. Thank you so much, Robert.
Yep,
we appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I was gonna say too. Maybe we did have a miss because a couple guys were like, "Oh, I'm 14. I don't have a boat." It's maybe we needed to do some tips on casting plunking gear.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see some of that, there is some videos on our YouTube channel. If you go to the Salmon or Steelhead playlists, actually we filmed a couple with Eric Swanson where he shows you how to actually cast your plunking setup out. He shows you how to cast your plunking setup out, and then he actually also shows you how to run a plug down so you could run like a couple spin glows and a plug on the same setup. So just go to the Salmon and Steelhead playlist. If you guys didn't know that, there is a plethora, and I know that's kind of a big word for some of you out there, but there is a plethora of videos on our channel of all sorts of stuff. I mean, just go to the playlist. I tried to organize things a little better for you guys on there, so there's all sorts of tips on salmon, steelhead, trout, catfish, walleye, everything. So go check out the videos. We've been putting stuff on there for years. I mean, there's videos from me and Cam that go back 4 or 5 years.
Just a little bit, sorry.
What do you got? You got some good questions?
I saw one. Oh, what do you know about the barge hole on the Nushagak? It's a really great spot to drag eggs. Anyways, there you go.
Hashtag no river names.
Hashtag no river names. That wasn't the one I was looking for, though. That's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I totally screwed you guys up. My bad.
Clint, it's all right. Let's pick a winner, please, buddy.
I'm really tired. I'm always really tired.
All right, guys. Who wants to win this here? We're going to pick a winner right now. We got some tough line braid and a short bus 3.5 spinner. Who do we got, Clint? Who do we got? Alan Fawcett. Alan Fawcett from Everett, Washington. You won yourself some tough line braid.
It wasn't the guy from Scotland.
Yeah, seriously.
That's a lot.
Alan Fawcett and Everett, Washington. You won some tough line and a spinner. Please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Orders@addicted.fishing. Include your shipping address and include what you won, and we'll get it shipped out to you.
Yep. Congratulations, man. Yes, sir.
And everyone that does that every week, we know not everyone wins. We're sorry. We try to just randomly select people from the comments. But thank you. Thank you for sharing and thumbs upping the videos. I mean, Cam will give the spiel right now on why to do that. You're good at it.
A what?
We just been asking people to help us as we build the content. Why that helps.
I was reading questions. I'm literally trying to follow along with you guys tonight because I don't want to leave you guys in the dark. A lot of good questions and stuff coming up. No, we totally. I mean, yeah, I totally forgot what we were talking about. But no, the reason why we ask you guys to do that and help the comments because obviously, like, if there's one thing you can do for the brand is to share us out. The more that the brand is shared out, the more support we get from manufacturers, sponsors, people like you. The more we'll be able to do stuff, be able to pay for this equipment. Pay for our editors, paid for our guys at the store. Like it's just a slowly just building this beast that is addicted fishing. So, like I said, the more you guys share it out, the more we appreciate it. And if you share it with your coworkers, friends, and family, and like-minded fishing people, even better.
And we can see you guys are doing it because we're growing like crazy. So thank you for all the support. We appreciate it. We're gonna keep grinding and just keep at it. We got lots of cool stuff in the works.
Yep. So thank you so much, GM Hardwood, for the super chat. I want to fish with you guys, do a giveaway trip with you guys. I did. We've been giving a few of them away on the Addicted Lives. You know what? Did mine get over?
Nope, it never did.
It never did?
Nope.
No way.
It held at like 1,800.
Oh, well, the day it gets 2,000. Anyways, but check those out, guys. Some of our Addicted Lives, like Nick Popov and I, have been giving away a couple trips here and there. A couple seats to do the activities that you guys are seeing there. So be sure to check those out over on the YouTube channel. Didn't know if you were from Facebook or not. But YouTube channel, Addicted Fishing. So much appreciated for the super chat, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, and okay. So the thing that I was reading, Will Schneider was asking, did they really extend the Columbia River to the 15th? And the answer is yes, they did for only Chinook. And I know we got a lot of guys that tune in from outside the Northwest to check out some of the techniques and stuff. But we base a lot of like what we talk about, just kind of what's going on with what's going on around here. But not that you couldn't apply what we're talking about into other areas as well. So we're going to be talking a lot about that tonight. Yeah, they did meet today, and they just continued the season on that was currently running through today. Basically starting it up again tomorrow, running it through the 15th, but not for sockeye and not for steelhead. Unfortunately, there was a little pushback on some of the impacts going on below Bonneville and up the river. So unfortunately, they weren't able to open those up, but they did keep the Chinook open, and there's a few Chinook out there. I mean, a few wild ones out there, but regardless, there's definitely some opportunity out there to get some fish. Dam counts are still good on Chinook, and yeah, it should be still productive. I mean,
there's guys getting them for sure.
Yeah, those dam counts. I mean, some years they don't even they'll just stay up in that 1,000, 1,500 range all the way until they turn into all fall Chinook on August 1.
So let's hope that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have, hopefully they'll continue to extend it. Even with, like, the extension through the 15th, I read a blurb in there that said, we're only going to get to, 28% of our allowable impacts on Chinook. And I'm just like, okay, so let's cut the BS and just open it through the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, most of that run, keep in mind, guys, here on the Columbia River, a lot of it's based on forecasting before these fish hit Bonneville. So they got to kind of put the number together as best they can, and it's not like an easy job. It's like predicting the weather sometimes, I guess. And they were really off this year, which it's been known to happen both directions, I should say, both low and high. But they were off, and they basically found out there was a whole bunch of fish coming, and so they've opened the season. And with that said, we've got a lot of impacts we're allowed to catch. So kind of wondering what the rationale with just going through the 15th was, but maybe there'll be another meeting next week and we'll go from there and just keep punting the football down the road till fall. But honestly, to hell with it all. I released every Chinook I caught today, all 4 of them.
Back to the ocean.
I'm going back to the ocean tomorrow, so screw it.
Until the wind gets 80 miles an hour.
Until the wind gets 80 miles an hour, and then I'll come crawling back home.
Exactly.
But hey, that's what's nice about my Columbia, though, man. I could go fish the river today. I could go fish the ocean tomorrow.
And how is that? You get a lot of having a sled in the ocean isn't your typical thing, right? Like people don't do it a lot.
No, it's not.
But you feel comfortable? You feel great out there? You feel like it's absolutely doable?
Yeah. So a couple things with that is I'm pretty good at judging the weather, and I'm very, very restrictive on myself as far as like what my go and no go call is. Basically if there's a chance of getting it handed to us, if there's a chance of some rougher weather, like I'm out. Like I don't care how big your boat is. Like if you're out there in some big seas and stuff, and you've got like, let's be honest, like I'm a fishing guide, right? A lot of times I'm taking out newer anglers, beginning anglers that just maybe go fishing a couple times a year, and they don't have their sea legs. You know what I mean? It's not that fun if it's not going to be a decent ocean. So I kind of err on the side of caution a lot. But with that said, I've been caught out there in a couple blustery gusts up with the wind, and was able to Columbia handle it very, very well. It got me back, no problem. I can say I've been in some really good seas and some good situations with that boat, and it's performed flawlessly. So it's an open sled, but we pick our days, and we know how to pick our days. And one other thing I want to point out, want to mention to you guys, because I know we always get a lot of requests for like how to fish the ocean, the conditions on crossing some of our local bars and stuff. And after last week's live feed, we did have a conversation with our boys in blue at Cape D, U.S. Coast Guard, and we're trying to work through a couple more. I think they're trying to work through a couple more hurdles to get some of that kind of content out to you guys. So mad props to the guys down there protected us at the Coast Guard, because I think we should have some, hopefully, fingers crossed, have some content out pretty soon.
Be really awesome.
Be super awesome. So before I get all the questions on how do I do this, like, what I mean, just don't go there, because breakers every 3 seconds, no bueno. But William, like, nobody, like, your perception of that and what other people think, it could be two different things, and it's just not a good place to be. Because I mean, what if it's like a 6-inch breaker? What if it's an 8-foot breaker?
Yeah.
What I mean? Or just, like I said, there's always so many different variables and so many different things kind of wrapped up into it, where we've got to make those calls and those decisions that I'd rather leave it to the professionals.
100%.
So, but
it's going to be good. It'll be
other
good.
than that, the fishing out there has been great. I mean, like, to be honest with you, we caught this damn coho last week. That was probably like the biggest ocean July coho I've ever caught. In fact, guy hooked. I thought it was a Chinook. And I'm like, bringing up the boat, nice deep fish, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's got to be a nice nook, and just throttling him. Go to net it, I'm like, oh man, it's a wild. I didn't really get a good look at it. I'm like, assumed it was a wild, just 'cause I'm like, oh, it's a coho, it's so big. Net the fish, look at it, like, it's clipped, boom, in the boat. Like, I mean, they're eating good. Like, the fish that are out there.
Good to hear.
Some years we go out there, and let's be honest, guys, they're like 2 to 4 pounds. Like, this year, for how early in the season is, there's a lot of like 5 to 8s. It's looking really good. Like, the fish that are out there, they are super healthy, and there's definitely some fish to be had. So I'm gonna head back out there tomorrow, and then bottom fishing's been good, and always got to go get the fish taco stop. So That's been
It's
pretty
tasty.
productive. And the tides aren't necessarily the best for them right now, but it's still been productive fishing.
Yeah.
And I just can't go and catch 4 Chinook and throw them all back in one day. It just drives me nuts. So I'm going to head back down there.
Cam, where's that? Did you speak on that last week, didn't you?
Where are the addicted tuna fishing vids? In fact, I got a message from a guy that I was out there sockeye fishing, and he came up and introduced himself, and we're trying to put together, and he messaged me. He's like, I'm getting the itchy trigger finger. He's like, but there's a little south wind in the forecast for the boys that are running out real far, and he's kind of like, yeah, I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but I think he's thinking about it. But we've got some other guys too that are, yeah, it's coming. It is coming. So what is this one? We got a super chat. Can you give super chat, Heath? Can you give our old lady a shout out? It's our 21-year anniversary. Her name is Tabby, and she hates it when I give you guys money. Well, Tammy, happy anniversary.
That's right.
Happy 21st, and Heath, thank you so much for that.
That is really awesome that you guys are.
And
your
Tammy,
anniversary.
we really wish you would change that mindset.
And Heath, we appreciate it. Thank
Heath,
you
we
so
do
much for the
appreciate
support of the channel.
Yes.
It's guys like you that keep this thing going, so we appreciate
and
it.
happy anniversary. It's awesome.
Here's another question. You can answer it. They're back in stock as of today.
Which one?
It's already updated?
Yeah.
The
I already
worms.
put them in inventory.
Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're watching this live
And
feed,
they're gone.
you better go to the website right now because the addicted steelhead worms are back in stock,
All
and chances
1,200 of
are,
them gone next week.
chances are they won't make it in stock. So
Yeah.
we're getting better. We're slowly starting to get better at keeping things in stock, but it's because of you guys buying them so quickly that it's hard to do that. So thank you so much. They're back in stock now.
problem to have.
Clint, what's the website? You want to roll it up on the bottom?
Yeah. Hang on.
There it is. So go visit that website right there, everyone. You can get our addicted worms on there. We also had our summer apparel drop, which a lot of the stuff's already sold out. But Clint, we still have some hats and a few shirts and sweatshirts left,
Yeah,
right?
I got a small clip if you want to run it for a quick break. It's up to you.
No, we're good. I think we're good. I think most everyone watching knows we dropped a bunch of summer apparel. Here's one of the hats right here. But oops, Cam's not wearing one. But we dropped a ton of the new summer apparel. So if you guys want to get some of it, go check it out. It's on our website as well as worms. And as far as I know, floats and jigs are going to be on there very soon too.
Floats are already on. Jigs will be back on and in stock by tomorrow when Mike does it. So tomorrow evening the jigs will be back in.
So the floats are on there as well, guys, which those have been selling out within a couple days as well, especially the chartreuse ones. So, and I know I keep getting messages, when are we going to bring out an orange float? Let us get like a season or two under these floats first, and then we'll think about an orange one.
Why do we need to bring out an orange one?
People just like orange.
Lame.
You like orange too.
I do. I like the pink ones though.
I like the pink ones a lot as well. You can see them really, really good.
Steelhead like the pink ones.
Yeah.
There we go.
What's that?
Let's do it.
Shut up.
Let's do it, dude. You gonna pay for us?
What does he fish for there?
Atlantics.
You gonna fly us out there? We're all about it, dude. If you fly
Atlantics
us,
on a fly rod.
pay for our trip and get us an Airbnb. They have Airbnbs in Scotland?
Sure.
I saw one question, Cam. If
Yeah.
you had the choice to spend more money on a rod or more money on a reel,
Yeah, I saw that.
what would you do? So the question is, addicts, if you had, and we're going to ask all you guys out there watching too, because we want to know your opinions as well. If you had more money to spend on say you only had a certain amount of money, but you wanted to spend more money on one item, would it be the rod or would it be the reel?
I'm gonna throw a big curveball.
Would
at
you rather invest in the rod or invest in the reel? What would you do?
How are you fishing?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter because if I'm gonna sit there, like, I've never understood why I would want to pay $700 for a rod that it sits in a rod holder and I watch it all. I stare at it all night, waiting
Because
for it
it's
to go
cool
by.
looking.
I guess that I'm not the type of guy that will pay $700 for a cool looking rod to sit and stare at it in a rod holder. If it's a drift rod, if it's a good spinning rod, if it's like I'm side drifting with it, like, and you want that feel, I'd spend for that technique, I'd spend more money on the rod.
I'm not
and
gonna
I'd spend less on a.
I
spinning
personally probably wouldn't spend $700 on any rod,
rod. Me neither.
but that's just me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna like I said, I spent $600 on a troll rod. Well, but why? Because it's the lightest one out there. But then it sits in the rod holder all day, 98% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a really good question, though.
Most people.
What's everyone saying, rod or reel?
Well, I'd say it's about 50-50.
Why does it matter? Okuma Low Pros and the other ones?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
you don't even have to worry, like,
or depending on what you want to do.
awesome.
But I mean, if I had my because like I think it's more technique.
Yeah, but you can buy like Clint. You can buy like an Okuma Inspira reel, or you can buy an Okuma Helios reel, or you could buy a Okuma X Rod, or you could buy a Guide Select Pro. Like you have choices for sure.
Right, and like I said, if I'm float fishing, and I probably if I'm float fishing, I probably wouldn't spend $300 or $400 or $500 on a rod either, because I like it. I mean, yeah, a light rod, it's like a creature comfort, but it's not going to catch me more fish. Like I'm staring at a float all day.
Yeah.
Like if I'm drift fishing, if I'm trying to like back bounce, if I'm trying to feel like I'm using the rod, like to detect the fish.
I think there's a lot with float rods as well, though, not just sensitivity wise, like the way the rod performs when action and the way it picks up, and then.
But
the guides on it make a huge difference, like the casting of the rod. Like if it's not built correctly, it will cast like trash.
But is that the difference between like a $50 and $100 rod or a $100 and $700 rod? And where would you?
No, I mean the thing about it is like a Guide Select Pro that we've used for years that are amazing rods, and then an X Rod are very similar rods. They are. The X Rod just has a lot of super high end components and design features, and then the material. That's another big difference. It's all made out of carbon. The guides are made out of carbon. So you are going to have, in my opinion, like some more durability there. But again, I almost said the F word. That's what happens when I start getting comfortable, guys. I'm just comfortable chatting with you guys about fishing. When I've had some of my Guide Select Pros for 5-6 years and none of them have issues. So... But I now have some X rods as well, just because I'm one of those guys. And to be honest, dude, if Okuma came out with like a super high end, like trolling carbon, like high end trolling rod, I would probably buy it. Just because that's how I am, and I feel like a lot of fishermen are like that.
He's honest about it.
Like, too.
Yeah, I mean, we just like, I don't know, just like to have the new, exciting, the new.
The new. Oh gosh.
Hashtag new. All right, guys. We said we were going to talk about some summer Chinook tonight.
Yeah, I'm like...
Cam is sitting here actually rigging some setups. I never airdropped you a picture. What did you end up using for the thumbnail?
One with Cam's...
Oh, the guy that I caught one trolling.
I just got to completely sidetracked.
I got it.
That happens a lot, guys. Clint will ask me something, and then like 20 minutes later, I realize I never did what he asked.
And I asked more than once. I asked like 5 times. You walked out.
You're like, to be fair.
Yeah.
What do we got here? What's everyone saying?
Yeah, what do we got?
It's all over the board.
The new.
Yeah, the Guide Select Classics. All that is, Chris, is it's the Guide Select Pro. It's just the Pro is the tributary models, and then the Classics are the more boat trolling.
Yeah, and the Pros are a graphite rod, and the Classics are a composite rod.
True.
Because...
But I mean, they built those at the same time, same model, same.
But the composites, are generally tend to be a little bit heavier. But like I said, rod holder rod. So.
Do they have the same warranty? I thought the Pros have the lifetime. I don't think the Classics do.
The same warranty. But
What even is a smart rod? Is he an idiot?
I don't know. I'm still looking at fish dead guy stuff. Estate sales all the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Okuma SSTs, I mean, to be perfectly honest, guys, I don't have a lot of time under my belt with those rods. I don't know, but I've heard good things. I know
They're all my hover rods.
I mean,
Robert.
This is the thing right here. When Robert Kratzer sat across from me and looked me in the face and said, I've used nothing but SSTs in my guide business for 6 years, I pretty much knew that those were solid rods. Like, no one's going to use those.
I was going to say, he catches a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple. I mean, literally, I've seen the guy work. Just a couple.
Yeah.
1,000. Yeah, right. But once again, but he actually side drifts and float fishes, and so I don't know. Hard to say.
The thing is, too, a lot of, like, when you're manufacturing a production rod like that, and every company, even the ones that you love, they all manufacture rods overseas. Any of the brands that you guys are naming in the comments right now, every single one of them manufactures rods in China and overseas. So let's just get that on the table right now. But when you're manufacturing that many rods at that high of capacity and you're selling that many rods, there's just going to be more breaks. And I've learned that over the years with, like, Because it's so funny when you see a thread online. It's like, dude, it's so funny though to read it because you'll see 100 comments that are like, Okuma SST is the best rod ever. I've used it for years. Mm-hmm. You will see 100 comments. Okuma SST is the crappiest rod. I broke 10 of them. And it's the same thing for Lamoglass, the same thing for G Loomis, the same thing for all of the rod brands. What you have is you have guys that have used a specific rod for years, and that's the rod that they prefer, and that's the rod that they love, and they advocate for it. And you just see it. It's the writings on the wall. And I was one of those freaking guys. Dude, for years. I was one of those guys for years. I bled a certain brand, and I wouldn't even give another brand a choice. I'd just be like, nope, that's trash, without even trying it.
Right. You know what? That's one thing.
And I'm man enough to admit I did it.
And that's one thing I do like about where we've gone and you know, where some of those guys they get set in the stone, but they'll speak poorly about other brands and other stuff, but they've never fished them. And that's one thing we can say is we've fished a lot. Yeah, there's no familiarity there, so it's kind of like, well, so how do you get to say that?
And the way I look at it, guys, is the Rod Wars. They are what they are. They're going to be there always. But just what I always tell people is go into the store, pick up one of each brand. Pick up a Lamoglass, pick up a G Loomis, pick up an Okuma, pick them all up, and then weigh your options. You know, figure out like, okay, what one has a good warranty? What's my price point? Which one did I like the feel of the most? And just weigh out your options and pick the one you like the most. Again, you guys know we're partnered with Okuma, and we've used their rods for years now. We're going on like 4 years, I think, using Okuma stuff now. And we've loved it. And the thing we love about Okuma is a lot of that stuff I just mentioned. Warranty, half the stores in the Northwest, you can go replace the rod right over the counter. If you need to. The durability's great. The warranty's great. The customer service is great. But again, it's going to be a personal preference for you. It's going to be what you like and what you want to choose. And just try them. Go out and try them. And eventually you'll land on something that you like. And I see James Wheeler says it's all about keeping my money local. And James, you're absolutely right. It's all about keeping your money local, which is why I use Okuma, who now has 70 employees plus that are working in the U.S. that we employ in the U.S. So yeah, I keep my money local for that company that is employing a bunch of U.S. citizens.
Right. Yeah, it's not a drop ship situation.
No, and that's the thing about, you know, every company, like I said at the beginning of this, every company, all of them. You got Short Bus Flasher. He makes short bus in the U.S. and he makes spinners overseas. You have Hawk and Fishing. They make things in the U.S. They make stuff overseas. It's a margin game. You have to play that with your company, and you can't compete with other companies that import everything if you don't do that, right? I mean, that's just how it goes. And so all companies, in my opinion, you're supporting U.S. if they have U.S. employees in U.S.
Scroll up real fast. Scroll up real fast. Sorry, just keep going.
What's he saying?
Nothing. No. I missed a couple good ones. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's all I wanted to see.
This one?
No. Well, that too. That needs to happen. Yes, I agree.
But I should have pinned that.
What is it? Pin
No.
What do you got, Clint? Let's talk about fishing. I'm getting close to bedtime. we literally got one. We
got one question. And
we got one fishing rod question.
Whatever. Cut to a commercial break. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, he's got a nice Toyota too.
What the hell?
Well, this picture. You can see pictures now, which is cool.
Cam, so on how would you fix the eye? Like he says
how do you recommend a glue?
He doesn't want to do the warranty. He just doesn't want to.
So Jacob Gray. So a couple things I'll do is I actually, because like, okay, let's just be honest. Like, I have people that have, let alone never caught a salmon, never cleared a rod in a hot salmon bite.
Oh, dude, stuff happens.
Dude, my stuff gets beat to frickin' snot. And I carry this really good, it's like a super glue, but it's just like an industrial super glue. And what I've noticed is, like, if I have one of those eyes, if you're talking one of like the top eyes, like not the double footed eyes, that's a different story. Mm-hmm. I can kind of do a little repair on those, but since you put so much power on those ones you need to get tough. But you're talking like one of like the top 70% of the eyes that are single footed that just like to just pop straight out.
Yep.
I just put a little spot of that glue on there, just push them back in, and those ones will never like pop out again. If it's the tip, I've broken a lot of like ceramics from guys like just freaking out and just crushing tips, like reeling in too far. Same thing. I'll just take a lighter. I do the repair like myself, just because honestly, it's way quicker than going into the store. And like I said, for how much stuff that my stuff just gets beat on, like more than anything else. Yeah. So I mean, if you're in a boat and you have the luxury of carrying like your little kits, and I just throw it in the glove box, and I have like that little bottle of glue. If it's the double-footed eyes though, like your first or second eye in like your 1062s or your 1262s, like your big heavy rods, there's a lot of pressure there, and those ones you probably need to send it in to get repaired.
Yeah.
Or to have them replace it.
Cool.
Yeah, hopefully that answered your question. But carry glue, super glue. No big deal. Let it ride, fish it.
So rod ratings, Cam. What's medium, heavy? Please describe action.
Okay.
Versus backbone.
Action versus.
They're backbone you can consider to be like the strength of the rod. The action you can consider to be the bend of the rod. Mm-hmm. How about that? So, like when you see something that's like a fast action, it's something that transfers. Excuse me, that's not the word I'm looking for. Like a fast action rod would be something that where the rod bends easily and then goes into like more of the stronger part of the rod, faster from the tip down than a slow action rod. So let me try to. I'm trying to do this without an example or a drawing board. Like a slow, like think of like the softest, loopiest kokanee rod that bends all the way to the handle. That would be like your slowest action. Mm-hmm. Like a fast action would be one. Or like an extra fast action would be the one where just the tip bent,
like a twitching rod.
Right, like a twitching rod. Thank you. And then the rest, like 80% of the rod is just meat, right? Now, strength or power is like the overall strength of the rod, because I can have a medium action kokanee rod that's a 4 to 8, and then I could have like a medium action plug rod for steelhead or salmon that could be like 12 to 20. So you have like a line rating for strength, and then you have that speed rating for basically the bend of the rod. So hopefully did I kill it? Let me know if I killed it. You guys all got taper. Thank you. I am so freaking tired, Kyle. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for, the speed. Freaking taper. Oh, I'm too tired. I've been on like 15 days straight, guys. I'm sorry. So thank you. Hopefully you understood it. Any other good questions there? If you had to put a number on it, how many videos do you reckon you could make on bleeding a fish? Yeah, so here we go, guys. So this,
what did he say?
Bleeding a fish. We can probably make 10 more.
Hey, just so you know, I'm going to continue to make those. I got like 15 more coming, so just wait for it.
Bend on it. So this guy, as you can see, you can probably see pretty good. This guy bends really quick, and then boom, he's going into the power of the rod here, and then it's pretty much flat all the way back. This would be a faster action rod than a kokanee rod, which
you have right there.
You have. Is this it?
Broken down.
Yeah.
No, I can't see it.
Right there.
Well, and even those kokanee rods, and see, that's why I like those Akuba kokanee black rods, because those aren't actually the slowest action in the world.
They're a little bit slower than
but
that,
they're softer, yeah, for sure. So let me see a tip. Let's see if you can show this. Go and whip it. As you can see now, I'm gonna drop it down.
Oh god.
You got a lot of bend throughout the rod before it transfers to power. This is not really. There we go. It's kind of representing. Like, see, if I would have done this to that other rod, it would have smoked it. Hopefully that shows you guys. Great explanation. Perfect. That's all I need. Okay. Good. Whew. All right, so let's talk some fishing, because let's talk about some of these summer Chinook guys. And so advantages and disadvantages of plunking wobblers over spinning globe with bait. You want to talk about that, Marlon?
What's that?
Advantages or disadvantages of plunking wobblers over spinning globe and bait.
Yeah, I think it's about that time. It's already 7:15, so we better get to talking about some actual summer Chinook.
See you guys next Wednesday.
But there's 330 people on YouTube alone wanting to talk to us. So, how many are on YouTube, Clint? 100? I mean Facebook. Sorry.
It must be a nice day out. We only have like 500 people watching between the two. It's pretty sad.
We got 450.
450. Oh.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about some summer Chinook here. So the first question he asked is the advantages of disadvantage of plunking wobblers over spin glows with bait. So I'd say the one advantage, if I had to pick an advantage, is that you're not going to catch any other fish with a wobbler typically.
I've caught a sockeye on a wobbler.
Yeah, I mean, you may catch.
I mean, it's rare.
You may catch a couple.
Yeah.
So if you want to go out and your only goal is like, I just want to go out there and I'm going to catch a Chinook and I really want to catch a Chinook.
Yeah.
Wobblers are a good bet to go in my opinion. But I will say I sat out there on wobblers on a couple days ago, yesterday.
Cut a lot of water with wallets.
Yeah, but we fished all day with wobblers, and we had one takedown, 0 for 1, didn't stick. The guys that were anchored out in the boats using killer fish or spinners on anchor, they all had a few chances. Every boat out there. So I personally don't think, I think because this year we just have totally different conditions than what we typically would, I just do not think it's that much of a wobbler show. And Cam said that actually last week, and I argued with him and told him that wasn't going to be the case. But he's right. He was right on this one because the water temperature.
No, there's guys getting them on wobblers.
There is,
there's
but
never all. You can't use always and never in fishing, but
there's guys getting them on wobblers, but it's not a freaking wobbler bloodbath like it should be.
Right. I think people. You're right. Like it should be. The water temp today, I had 63.5, and if this was a few weeks ago, I probably would have anchored up with just spinning gills and coonies if that water was 58, 59, because we were hammering Chinook trying to catch sockeye. It warmed up a little bit. You know, where I went out fishing today, to me, like that lower 60s is just plug bite. Like plug bite, killer fish, Brad's killer fish, pick your poison, plug bite, wrap some tuna on it. I'm not going to say what, put a little ProCure on it to get my drift, and game on. And we got out there. Water was still, like, from what my perception is, was up a little bit. We got out there. There's a few boats anchored deep, and I'm like, you know what? I go, this feels like the water's still kind of up. I'm like, I'm going to anchor inside about 12, 13, 14 feet of water. And I'm just going to be the only guy in here. Everybody else is out. I'm going to be the only guy in here. And there was one boat. I don't think he's as shallow as I was because I was kind of on this underwater point. Kind of like the kind of ledges up, and the fish have to kind of come up and over. Anyways, like I said, landed 4, had three or four other good takedowns, had some other fish on. I don't think that I saw one other fish caught or one other anything happen in any of the other boats. I might have missed one, but you get my drift, right? Like, but everybody was out in that like 30, 35 foot of water where I would generally find myself using wobblers. And like I said, that current was pumping.
So I want to say something about that. And so that makes a lot of sense because where me and Travis were at, you know, typically you don't go off depths very often when you're out there wobbler fishing. You're just going off your line counter. Like, all right, run it out to 120 or 160 or 140, right? But we were using Travis's fish finder when we were out there and actually running it into depths. Mm-hmm. The only takedown we got was in 25 feet. And we went out and we were running it out. You know, typically we're fishing like 38, 42, like way out there.
Right. Under a normal year, this time of year, you'd be doing that.
Yeah.
And the water is still up a bit. It's still a little more colored than I think it would be normally this time of year.
So we went and graphed. We actually, by the time we left, all the anchor boats had left. It was like end of the tide, had switched to incoming, whatever, right? So we went and like looked. All those guys were sitting in like 15 feet or under. Every single one of them.
That were catching fish.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think
the fish are just in.
I think if you running a tripper wobbler setup though in 15 feet of water with your gear spread out like 8 feet between each wobbler is probably a little
not gonna work.
Probably a little difficult.
No.
Right.
No. So I think you would be better off. You're gonna catch other fish, but if it were me, I would be running spin glow setups with bait.
Or I'd be sliding up.
Yeah.
And maybe trying to fish them a little deeper because there was a couple of guys that were bank fishing where I was at today, and they were casting out. And I did see one of them land a sockeye. They had some bell ringers. They had some action. But it wasn't like the action that we were trying to target. You know what I mean?
Chinook, yeah.
Because like I said, at 62, 63, I'd still run a spinning glow and coon shrimp like all day, every day. But especially good coon shrimp, wink, wink. But if you fished them a little too shallow, like I said, I think you're going to tug on sockeye and steelhead.
Yeah, well, that's what Charles just sent us a picture of a steelhead. You got a super chat there, Clint?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to pin it until it pops up.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so definitely a little curveball. I'm not going to say that fish hadn't been caught out that deep because I'm sure at some places in the river, like people always get really hung up on depths though. Now that I said 12, 13, 14.
No, you're right.
I mean, those fish might move where I'm fishing in 12, 13, 14, and they might move through 30 feet downriver or upriver. Like, they have to swim from point A to B, and how they get there, right, is they might move up, current might push them in, they might shelf up, they might, you know what I mean? So, like, don't get, like, guys will call each other, like, from up and down the river, how deep are you getting? Oh, 35 feet, and then they'll go seek out 35 feet where every fish is burning them off this bank at 12 feet, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's 35 feet. They get hung up on that. And that is not how
changes where you're at.
You need to treat the Columbia like a little river. You need to think of them as what they're going to do when they move through and they move. I was shocked today that at least the guys that were fishing doublet, like, nobody moved in today when we were getting them. Like, I don't get that, because if I saw that guy land like 4 Chinook and I was sitting out here, and maybe they were getting bites that I didn't see, Lord knows, whatever. But I'm just saying, like,
who was fishing around Cam today? Did you guys get any fish?
You got to get them in. You got to get in the way of them. You got to get in the way of them. So
YouTube comments I can't pin them right now, but there's.
Okay, so we got Eric Glover for his $10 super chat. We appreciate the super chat. Clint's failing at life. So he says 21-pound king from the beach today. Puget Sound, missed you guys, man. You have to warn us when there's not going to be a video for a while. I've been going through it. Ha ha ha. You've been going through like some crap, dude? Well, that sucks, but usually we're putting out videos, every Sunday for sure.
4 to 5 days a week.
Yeah, I mean, 4 to 5 days a week. We got stuff coming out to you guys, so hopefully you're...
Yeah, Eric, hopefully you guys are seeing it. If you guys aren't seeing on the YouTube, we are 4 to 5 days a week. We're putting out videos, tutorials, how-tos, educational stuff. We're working on some fun videos that we're going to be putting out soon, some other different styles of things just to test the waters and see what you guys want to see. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel if you're not.
That's the best thing. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And the biggest thing as well is turn on the bell. Right now, there's turn on the bell. We need more of you guys to turn on that bell notification. Go down to the bottom where you see next to subscribe. Click that little bell and switch it to all notifications.
I took a client's phone.
Showed him how to do it.
We were out in the ocean a couple days ago, and he's like, man, I didn't know you guys put out a new video. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, pull up your YouTube app, give me your phone. I could tell this guy was probably not into the technology, was just barely there, just to be able to watch it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, give me your phone. I'll take care of that for you, bud. And, Joe Cook, going back to that question, spin and glow versus water, he says spin and glow all day. Now, if sockeye and steelhead are open, no debate. Like, I'd be running coonies and spin and glows, and I'd be running double stacks off every rod. I'd be putting up a wall of bait, and I'd be game on. So it's definitely and
well,
Dean
let's talk. So let's
fast Dean Doppelman. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Once again, great info, guys. We appreciate it, Dean, every week, man. Hope to see you out there here soon. I'm tying some ocean rigs right now. Ocean super bait stuff. What? Tired of using anchovies.
I'm gonna get some summer Chinook, just some different things
Sweet.
so you can show people what to use out there.
Ooh, I'd like to see you guys do a casting accuracy challenge of some kind. Game D heck on. You hear that, Marlon?
Yeah.
Casting accuracy challenge. You got a flip, fly cast. Oh, no biters. I figured that just set him right off. Fly cast.
That's a big no-go.
That's a big no-go. Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I agree. I think we should do that challenge. I would be up for that for sure. Let's see here. I booked a trip after you were fishing with Riverside guys. There was Andrew Go? Gua? Go? I'm going to say Go. How do you think it's pronounced, Clint? Yeah, and Andrew, that was a terrible idea. Ryan is such a jerk. Like, that guy, man, I don't understand why you would want to spend any time with him. I mean, it's going to be just a painful trip. Painful trip to go on. No, I'm totally kidding. You are going to have a great time, and he has been freaking murking them. And
I got to say something about that.
Ryan's a good buddy of mine.
Well, and Cam's been telling me about Ryan for a while now because you fished with him a lot at Bowie 10 last year. And I got the opportunity to go fish with Ryan in the Upper Columbia. If you guys have not gone and fished with Ryan from Riverside Guide Service, you got to go do it. I will tell you, I fished with a lot of guides, a lot of anglers in the Northwest, and Ryan by far by far is one of the fishiest, just best guides I've ever been with. He was super just... You just know when you get in with people. The dudes are just freaking on his A game, just on every single level. It was crazy. He was good.
Legend 2.0?
No.
He was good.
He's his own legend.
He was good. So go fishing with him. He's smashing them right now, and he's going to be smashing them for the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. And the fish up there, we caught multiple fish over 20, which future Addicted Life coming soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was just gonna say, I'm like, and you're gonna get to see it, but probably that'll probably be an after season one, huh?
No, he said he doesn't care. Stay tuned. Put it out. Put it out next weekend. All right.
I can't wait to watch it. I wasn't there.
Let's side cam some of this stuff. Let's talk about the different.
Side cam.
So if you guys are going out and you're gonna do some Chinook fishing for summer's cam, I'm just gonna lay all this stuff out right here, and then you're gonna tell me what's going to be your picks. What's going to be your picks for options? Hold up.
Kick the side cam. Kick the side cam.
What am I missing?
A better color fish. Mag lips. Meh. I like catching big fish.
This Maglips killed so many fish, bro. I don't even freaking know. That thing's a killer.
All three of them?
You put that on your rod, it's guaranteed to catch one.
What's the definition of a lot?
I mean,
At least
20. I mean, it's not like 400 like you, bud. Sorry.
Shut up. I was reading. Oh, what do you got? What would I do? Are you asking me? Why are you asking me?
Because I want to know what's your pick. Clint
this-
doesn't even have everything in the side cam here. Come on, Clint, zoom out or something.
What are you doing? You're just purposely doing that now.
Yeah, I was.
Dude, why are the colors so
No, I
terrible?
really messed it up too.
Just
this
just
camera.
don't stop.
This thing
Don't
sucks,
touch the
dude.
side cam. Don't touch the side.
There we go. It's straight.
Don't touch the side cam. It's good. It's good enough. You guys can see it all.
Oh my god, I didn't bring these super baits out.
So the only other fish that I did see caught today was a guy trolling during the slack. I won't get too much into that because he's definitely got a little program going on. But, you gotta have to ask yourself if you got tide, if you got where you're fishing, depth you're fishing, if you're targeting sockeye and steelhead, which let's just assume we're not. So let's say I was going out tomorrow, it'd be this guy. If I was out of a boat, it'd be this guy.
Killer fish?
Just all day.
KF14?
You know, I got him on 14s and 15s, but I think I was leaning a little more towards the 14s.
Are you fishing 14 feet again tomorrow?
I'm going to probably fish 180 feet at 12 poles.
Depth. Are you going to fish your
About
same?
180 feet at 12 poles tomorrow.
Oh, you're going in the ocean.
You asked me what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going back out of the ocean.
That's right. I forgot.
Probably drop in about the 140 line and then troll out. Yeah,
nice,
south
nice.
about 4 miles. Anyways.
So
Yeah, but plugs. We got, like I said, you got a couple things going really good for plugs too, and you got a little bit more turbid conditions than I think we're used to at this time of year. Plugs in dirtier. I mean, it's not dirty water, but it's dirtier water.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of noise, a lot of vibration. Obviously, you're gonna bait wrap with some tuna or some sardine with some Procure scent, and so you got everything going for you. You got a lot of noise, a lot of color, a lot of scent, a lot of vibration. With these bigger tides too. The other reason why I kind of elected to do what I wanted to do today was because the tide was a big tide, and I knew with the big tide and the way that fat lazy salmon want to be is they want to get out of that current, so they were going to crawl up the seam line, and I think I just kind of guessed right in the seam line because I had even the fish today, I had them on both sides of the side scan in the Humminbird. So I knew I was in it. And granted, they'd come through in waves, and then I wouldn't see them for a while, but then I'd see some on my port side, some on my starboard side. So yeah, nice sturgeon today, Mr. Black. I was on the bank. Yeah, dude, that's stupid. I knew the second. So the last takedown I had today after releasing every Chinook I caught was a freaking 5-foot sturgeon with one of my best plugs in my mouth, and I was getting that son of a bitch back. It was so annoying. And I don't know, Chris, if you saw, but when I brought that sturgeon in, it was a big one. It wasn't like an oversized, but it was like a healthy keeper size.
Yeah.
And it had the trebles just stuck in him, and I'm like, crap, I'm going to screw him up, or I'm going to hurt him even worse if I don't just bring him in, get the pliers, get the plugs, get the trebles out of him. But as I brought him in, like his tail like flew out of my hand and it slapped me so hard, like right in the bridge of the eyes. Like I think it's all like swollen up in behind my eye. But dude, it was like BAP! And it stunned the hell out of me. But yeah, it was this older cow had the fish on, and it was everything she could to get it into the boat. And I was like, whew, it's like one of my good workers. So I got it back, got my plug back.
Landed him.
But unfortunately, it had to go back too. It was really, really annoying. So yes, Chris, that was painful for me and the fish.
I'm really wanting to get out there and try trolling. I really want to try.
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't
Well,
those
I
fish
mean,
hit a 360?
So the other thing is too is you've got slack tides in the lower Columbia. So what else are you gonna do? Like some of this trolling even before the 360s when we were trolling wobblers like during the fall.
Go back, Clint.
Basically came out of the necessity because like everyone would jump in the hog lines in the morning, a couple hours before the tide and sit there and wait. And then at the end of the tide, everyone would pile to the boat ramps and be done and shoot years ago, before 360s, before all that, like I just tell my clients, I'm like, look, we're just gonna like not even try to go to the boat ramp right now. I'm like, you guys want to troll for a couple hours during the side, and we would catch them. We'd catch them trolling wobblers really fast. So it's like, what else are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. Like, so you might as well go trolling. And yeah, now this day and age, we know how to troll a lot more effectively than we did back then. Like there is no doubt about that. In fact, it's changed the way a lot of these fisheries are conducted. So I mean, if you got let's just talk about it. I mean, for the lower Columbia, for the most part, you're going to have a few hours of slack in the morning, depending on where you're at. I get it. But especially when you roll in towards the end of the season, July 15th, you're going to have those slack tides in the morning up and down.
So it's just extended so tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's
tomorrow
just
you
open.
can go summer Chinook fishing.
Yeah, okay.
So you can go summer Chinook fishing tomorrow, and it's like you might as well pack some troll gear. And then as far as depths and stuff though goes, no idea. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you should be trolling shallow, but I mean, what does the salmon do generally when the current's kind of back down and the light's out? They'll kind of push off the bank and kind of mill around.
Find little areas.
But if you want to fish, I mean, yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I want to do bad.
Yeah.
It was so fun in the upper Columbia just watching those savage 360 takedowns from Summer
Not
Chinook.
for the faint of heart.
Dude, it was so fun. It's so crazy. That fishing up there is, I mean, you're just doing 360 super baits, spinners.
Same gig we do down here.
Same gig we do.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny about that? So,
those guys haul ass.
Oh, Ryan always hauls ass.
Those guys,
Ryan's always laughing at me, but he's always catching fish too.
Those guys go
when I'm watching.
Fast.
Yeah, they make him happen. Make her get a good reaction bite.
And at some points, the current is pretty strong up there, like ripping pretty good, and you're still fishing like 15 on the line counter.
In 50 feet away.
Like I'm not kidding, you could see your flasher and your bait, and it would just get destroyed. So it's crazy. And the water's freaking, it was clear, like crystal. You could see, it was like the ocean because the water coming out of that little river right there that you're fishing, just clear.
Yeah, I heard it was like aqua blue.
Oh, it's crazy looking.
Beautiful.
I mean, you could see if you guys watch our Instagram live when we bring fish close to the boat. I mean, you could see them freaking forever down there.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
But
isn't that one thing you told me though with 360s, right? Is visibility is key.
I was just gonna get to that. But I think you have good 360 fishing if you have clear water, like anywhere you go. I just haven't seen. I've never. Tell me where we've tried 360s in clear water and not produced.
So how do you explain the Willamette fishery then? I mean, that's not really that clear, and they catch those fish like suspended too.
It is. It has been for like the last month. It's pretty clear.
It's clear, but not like it was up
not
there.
Like, no, not 20 foot.
Not ocean clear.
But I mean, you can see flashers down 8 and 10 feet. Like, but even our ocean hasn't been that clear either. No. Though, like, I'll lose my flashers at like 10 and 12. But guess where the fish are at? Like right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, like I said, I think you can't. When I say clear too, I'm talking like not. Oh, I can see my prop. That's not clear. I'm talking like when you can see 6-7 feet.
Yeah.
Minimum, that kind of thing. I think that's when you have good 360 fishing. Because like I said, I haven't found a spot where you've had clear water, you've had fish, and not productive 360 fishing. Like, tell me where it's happening.
Did you try?
I mean, guys down the coast, guys up in the rivers.
Why didn't you put a 360 out today on anchor?
I thought about it, actually. I swear to God I did. But we kind of started off getting a few takedowns on plugs, and I just kind of like, just put out the wall of death. I ran 6 good workers all day and made it pay.
That worked so good in the fall. Why wouldn't it work for these fish?
It did. And the current there was enough current where I was at.
Ripping.
Yeah, there was enough current. It was big tide. You could probably do it.
Like,
and the thing about doing it
too
now,
much
and the thing about it now is because like the Columbia, like it's turbid, but it's not, like I said, it's not crystal clear. It's not dirty, but to be able to like keep control of that 360 and keep it down towards the bottom, yeah, it'd probably be savage.
360s on anchors. Don't sleep on it. That's something we don't talk about much, but it works.
Yeah. I mean, a couple days ago, you want to talk about, keep going on this 360, how it's changing the world thing. I mean, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it's yesterday. I had 4 kids and 2 adults out in the ocean. And when the dads booked this trip, I said, man, the only way we're going to do this is if the weather is like cut and dry primo. If it's not, we'll go catch and release sturgeon. But, I was thinking the night before, I'm like, these kids, I'm like, and Dad's like, yeah, they fish, they got and they were, these kids were savages.
Cool.
They were really good.
Comments are back.
Thank you. But I go out, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with the bait. I'm just going to run the 360s. I'm just going to run the super baits, and I'm just going to fish them just like we do in the river.
Mm-hmm.
We hammered them. Like
in the ocean?
In the ocean. I mean, it's like, and we know that, from last year's episodes, just running 360s, but it's like, I'm joking with a couple of guys that have already committed to the 360 super bait where they won't fish even a bag of bait anymore down in the ocean. But like, I'm almost there. Like,
Did you see that?
I'm almost there.
Cam for governor?
No, you don't. Well, actually, I'd take it right about now because I don't. Never mind. Don't
Right
say
in.
it. Not
Dude,
gonna
we
say
could
it.
probably get you in there.
Cool.
You
Yeah.
want to try to do it?
No, I'm gonna let
Culp do it?
Yeah, I'll let Cole do it.
Think he's gonna get it?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna get into it right now.
I was trying to bait him, guys.
Not gonna do it.
Isn't your friend running for mayor? A BG?
Yeah, no, and Spencer, you're right. 360s have been the gold standard of commercial trollers, and of course they work. Yeah, I mean, you're right. No, you're right, Spencer. It's not. We are late. We are super late.
Is he
to the
really?
party.
He talks about it.
Super late in party. What technique do people actually use above Bonneville? And Heath, I can't really speak to that, but where Ryan's at is about as far up above Bonneville as you can get, and he's using 360s. So, 360 Super Series. Yeah.
How come those comments look smaller than me? I feel like this thing's like back more to it. Like for sure it is.
Oh,
Does it have to be? Because I'm blind.
No. Just move it gently.
Oh gosh, this is where if it cuts out, we know what happened. Marlon,
No,
like,
no.
oh, I can't see our
Now your TV's
screen.
in this.
Oh shit.
Move it to the right.
There you go, right there. Hold it.
I'm blind, guys. I gotta fix this here.
Actually, I like that better because I'm. Yeah.
Didn't really help. I need glasses. I was trying to read that guy. He tried to say you guys suck at fishing, but he couldn't even spell fishing right. What an idiot.
Forcing. Whatever.
Oh, then he corrects himself afterwards. Way to go, bud.
There you go, bud. Yeah.
You're so good.
I wish I was. How much
Now he asked you for a kokanee trip.
140, bud. 140. But you don't want to go because we suck at fishing. Oh, we don't suck at fishing. We just like doing it a lot. How about that?
So he says, I understand 360 flashers are pretty much new here in the Northwest. What did you use before those?
A lot of triangles and a lot of bait and weight. I mean,
And a lot of these.
Yeah, a lot of wobblers. I mean, if we're talking fall fish, ocean fish, I mean, out on the ocean, there's a lot of delta divers and bait, and then a lot of. Yeah, I mean, But what were we doing before twitching? What were we doing before bobber dogging? What were we doing before we were float fishing for steelhead, for God's sakes? I mean, Josh is like, blasphemy!
Nothing.
They're bobber fishing since the 40s! No, they weren't.
No, I remember when wobblers died out, 360s came in. It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just the progression of things. And I mean, yeah, we were using a lot of triangles out in the ocean, bait and weight. A lot of mooching.
Dude,
A lot of
that's
mooching.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so let me knock out a few of those. Can you talk about what's up with the sad state of our summer run steelhead fisheries? GM, I'll just knock this one real fast out of the park. It's because we've decided to study the avian predation of everything that's getting killed above McNary for the last 8 years. And we basically figured out that 30 to 80% of all the steelhead smolt, wild and hatchery, are getting killed up there. But we don't want to do anything about it. So there you go. Moving on.
So if you have a shotgun and you know where McNary Dam is, go make some moves.
Yeah.
No.
Please do it. I missed the 300,000 days.
Oh my gosh,
Cam,
the
did you have
steelhead.
fun on the pond yesterday, especially when you thought you were getting run into by that aluminum weld early in the AM? Russ, I didn't think I was getting run into, but I think you were the guy that was coming over, and maybe there was a guy that ran over. A guy had lost his battery power out there, and another boat had come over to me to ask if I had cables for him, and and I didn't, but I drove by and I'm like, oh, you got radio contact, cell contact, and I was like, yeah. So I'm like, and he's like, well, they're gonna try to get some assets out there to him, but
Crazy.
there was much I could do. But I didn't think I was gonna get run into. But if you saw that boat come up to me, he was just asking me about cables.
Does anyone carry cables? I've never once thought about carrying
Right, that
cables
would
on
have been a
a
tough.
boat.
That would have been
Yeah,
a tough
the
sell.
Perco switch.
Right. Well, he got out there. It just, I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you gotta be prepared though. It can happen.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marlon needed him at the ramp one day.
Yep. 360 on an ocean hoochie rig, Cam Clayton. Game on.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I just like super baits though. They got a lot of spin. Yeah, I mean, like a 360 and a fly. Shoot, that's kind of the give. Oh, okay, yeah. So Russ said, yeah, okay. Was that you guys?
Top 10 or something.
Oh, that was you. Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay, cool.
he says,
Yeah, I hope I mean, there was a distress call too, like later on, but then like no answer. And I was hoping it wasn't that guy like connected, but then like the fog, or not the fog, but like kind of the low rain mist came in and we lost track of it.
so Cody, who are you emailing? Because if you're trying to go fishing, you need to contact the Addicted guides, either Cameron or Jordan or Nick
Emailed
or
several times with no
someone.
response to go fishing.
Yeah, if you're trying to book a fishing trip, you have to go with those guys. If you want to just fish with me, I'm not a guide.
Gone catching
And I know.
at gmail.com. And if I
Unless
can't
he's-
take you, I'll be more than happy to give you till Nick or Jordan, or if you want one of those trips that those guys are doing as well.
Or unless he's like in the
Preference on anchovy rig hook gapping. Cameron?
How many hooks? 2 or 3? 3 in the river, 2
What's
in the
your
ocean.
preference?
Let's talk. No.
Let's just talk about it. Let's just go over there and pull one of those rigs out
I
and
know,
show
but
people in the
I'm
camp.
playing. I'm playing like we're gonna make them work for it. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, I'm a 2-finger guy, but if in the river it's 2 and 2, triple rig, and then if you want, you can make that top hook a slide, but out in the ocean it's 2 for me. If I'm not using hoods, it's a half, and then I have both hooks behind the bait where they belong, where they get swallowed.
They may or may not
That's
be
it. Yeah.
Siwash
2,
hooks.
yeah. 2, so if you're using a hood, I'll do like a half gap, because then both the hooks are behind the bait, versus, if I'm putting one through the head and then one through the side of the body, then it's 2-finger. Yep.
So Cody says, do you guys fish for lake trout? If so, do you have any tips, particularly for summertime? Cody, I have fished for lake trout twice in my life. It was a ton of fun. And we have some videos coming out on the YouTube channel in the next couple of weeks kind of showcasing that trip. So you may be able to get some tips from what we did coming from those videos. But I can't say I can offer you many tips on that because I'm not a lake trout pro. I just do not know much about it yet. I hope to learn more, but I do know in the summertime they start to go even deeper than what they already are. Those fish go really, really deep. And it kind of depends on where you're fishing and all that too. From what I've learned from lake trout, they're very particular on their diets. Like they eat stuff that's like you have to mimic the hatch.
They're just too smart for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see here. We should do some try. You know what's funny? This guy says, like, you guys should try trolling some spoons in the sea. Like, I'm not much of a spoon guy, but, like, it's just so funny that he makes that comment because, like,
What kind of hook I've been in Alaska? That's what I've never understood the ocean like that.
Well, you're right, because we never understood that.
Coyotes, stuff like that. Oh, there they are.
I literally fix them up today. I'm like, I'm gonna start throwing those around. I'm just gonna. I think in my ocean fishery, I'm just gonna go all artificial, just over it. But I'm gonna play around with them. But, yep.
Super baits are gonna work good for you.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that 7
Look
Rivers?
at Eric. He says Eric Swanson is all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
We're just kind of letting you guys fire some questions in here, guys. We're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. We got a podcast we're going to go record. Yes, we are recording a podcast. It's amazing. It's a miracle.
Whatever happened to that 7 Rivers, 7 days thing Jordan did?
It's coming. I just got the editor. It's coming. It is coming, I promise.
We lost a hard drive during all that.
Guys, unfortunately.
And was it over $1,000?
Yep.
To get it back.
We lost a hard drive went corrupt on us, and we lost. Not only did we lose 5 episodes of Addicted Life, we lost the 7-day river footage, and we finally got it back. It cost us a lot of money, but we finally got it back, and we're gonna hopefully be putting that out very, very soon.
But we had to pay it just because there was a lot of work that went into that.
Yes.
And no, I have not caught any of those big bows out of the Kokanee Lake yet because I have not been up there since the hatchery dumped those in there.
Are a lot of those getting caught?
Yeah. And they will because they starve. Usually what they do is they have that special kids derby up there, but they didn't have it. So they dumped the bows.
Oh, did they dump them?
Yeah, so they dumped some in there. I don't know if all of them or what they did, or maybe they spread them out, but I know they put some in there because some guys were whacking on them. But I have not been there since they've done that.
Yeah, those are big. The bows are huge. I've seen that question a couple times, Cam. Hatchery Wild update. What's going on with Hatchery Wild?
Right before COVID, they were working on the video, and they were sign, sealing, and deliver that. But the sponsors of the videos, like a lot of companies, definitely is like just the timing and everything. Everybody understands that it costs money to do it. So right now, there's a couple studies that Ian Coulter's working on for us as far as like what those economic impacts of hatchery fish that's going on. I think they got both states funded. They were only doing it in Oregon to start. I think they got both states funded, so we got that done. But yeah, so like it just kind of like said, damn timing.
Yeah, as you guys know, COVID's kind of messed up lots of people's plans, lots of fishing trips, lots of vacations, all that kind of stuff. It's been a crazy, weird time. But, like we said from the beginning with the whole hatchery and wild thing, guys, it's going to be a marathon, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the back end that these guys are working on. Just Cam last week was meeting with, like, some random senator lady. Like 5 of them. Yeah, these things, senators. I promise you there's stuff happening in the back end. But unfortunately, with all this crap, it's very, very political. Just like everything you see.
Even then, like, just take the last 20 years of salmon advocacy. Like, we're just getting our lunch, like, handed to us by a couple fringe groups that inadvertently are starving orcas, and we can't seem to pull our heads out of our ass enough to figure it out.
So just know that's always going. We're going to keep supporting the Hatchery Wild thing, and as we get more and more updates or things that we need from you guys to help, we will ask for it. But if you can do anything, it's just go to the website, Hatchery and Wild, hatchery-wild-coexist.com. Make sure you're signed up on the email list so you can get updates. Make sure you're liking the Facebook page. Just make sure you stay involved and don't forget it. Things are happening. They're doing everything they can and we can to keep that thing going forward.
Yeah, so Ryan, that's a good question. Why doesn't the states make all salmonid species catch and release on the Columbia River? Is my solution reasonable? I mean, it's not unreasonable, but not a lot of people would like that. A lot of people like to eat salmon, commercially caught and sport caught. Well, we just need more of them. So,
well, unfortunately, that's not the solution either. No, just because if you were to just eliminate,
I was just going to go to there because there's a lot. I see these comments pop up a ton. Where they're like, well, don't fish for 3 years,
the thing, Cam,
and we get all the fish back. Hold on.
Frustrates me so much. Do people not forget that we used hatchery fish to restore multiple runs across all states?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. No,
multiple runs.
Multiple runs, but
people seem to forget that.
Hatchery fish are bad. Oh, wait, they fed orcas. The solution to not killing all the orcas is
they fed everything.
Oh, wait, let's not do it. Let's ignore that.
You fed birds. You fed everything with those things.
Anyways, but like... Just to get to that point, I see a lot of comments where guys like, shut down fishing for 4 years, that'll fix everything. No, it won't. Like, just because you get more fish to the spawning grounds does not mean you will get more fish. Case in point, 2014 and 2015. Like, we are seeing the offspring from those 1.6 billion Chinook runs in the Columbia. The problem is we have destroyed the habitat and we've let predation run rampant. Period. That's why, and when we have bad conditions, or you throw a bad, I'll say bad ocean, but I'm not going to go on that tangent today. But if you say like, but when you have conditions that are less favorable, like what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so freaking tired. It just like not expands, but extrapolates. No, you know what I'm talking about.
No,
it just makes it exponentially worse.
Magnifies.
Thank you. Like when you have rampant predation that goes along in all these different aspects of the Columbia, whether it be sea lion or seals, and whether it be birds. I mean, they shoot a couple sea lions at Willamette Falls, and it's like, we've had more wild steelhead come back this winter than we've had like the last. It's like, no shit.
Well, here's the other.
Do something.
The other thing is Cam. These
wild. Like the answers are right in front of you, and what's so disgusting about the predation issues too? It's like if they wanted to solve it, it'd be done in a month. 1 month.
I heard they were talking about allowing you to take one cormorant or whatever. Like there's talks going on.
One?
There's millions of them.
Well, I would take 6 people on my boat, drive them out there, and I would do that voluntarily, and I'd take 20 groups of people a day. I don't give a shit. Like, it's ridiculous. The answers are in front of us. The blueprints are in front of us of what can make a productive fishery during a bad ocean. The answers are in front of us. Like, the states just won't do it. They're too bureaucratic, and they want to study it to death.
A bunch of science projects happening all over.
Projects, action. You know what? And you know what's so funny? Like, look at, you know what? Fine. Now I'm really gonna go nuts because you guys want it. Look at like some of the things that like happened with COVID, right? Like you were as a doctor, right? You were not allowed to practice medicine across state lines until COVID. You were not allowed to internet, media, medicine, like until COVID hit. Like, you weren't allowed to do all these things. Get rid of that. Now, you weren't allowed to do all these things until we started hitting the panic button. Like, we're like, oh shit, we got to do something. We got to do panic button, right? And guess what? All those federal regulations, all that stuff, out the window. Gone. Right? Like, when are we going to start hitting the panic button on some of these summits, especially when the problems are so blaring right in front of us? Like, those rules and regulations were gone overnight.
But it's right in front of us, the fishermen, not everyone
else.
That's
a very good point. That is a very good point. That is true.
That's where the vote and the voice and stuff is.
Right. That is true. But think about it. I mean, like, when they needed to take action,
what are they protecting with the birds, for example? What are they protecting?
I don't know. They tried to shoot them off the islands and they wouldn't set up all their colonies on the Astoria Bridge, the one that they just painted. They spent like $110 million painting. And then they're gonna have to paint it again. It's just they just run into semis. Maybe that's how they're hoping they're gonna solve the problem. Shit, I don't know. I mean, you tell me they studied 8-year study above Victoria Dam, 30 to 80% of steelhead smolt gone for 8 years. It took them 8 years to figure that out. You tell me. I'm asking. It's just ridiculous. It's like we know what the problems are. Down in the Rogue River, like, those guys, I mean, if they still have, like, seals and sea lion predation, like, popping to the bay, they have, like, guys that are actually out there to haze them perfectly. They're, like, hired by the town to go do it. Get them out of here. I mean, it's just,
why don't we do that?
Damn, I mean, we know what the problems are. Time to grow a pair.
Are those birds tasty?
Don't give a shit. Let them float. Feed them to the crabs. Something will eat them. Sorry. I mean, we know. 40% of all, 40% of all salmon and seals die.
Are those birds endangered?
They were,
but they're not anymore. They're removed.
I don't know. But what are you going to have? A couple colonies of a couple tens of thousands of cormorants? Or are you going to have salmon, which we spend billions, not millions, billions. When you think of all the projects that go into the hydropower, the sport angling, the commercial angling, billions. Think about all the salmon and the habitat restoration to just get eaten by a bunch of fucking birds. It's ridiculous.
Throwing money.
It's ridiculous. So, anyways, now I'm pissed. Podcast should be great. Tune in. Yeah,
I see
mean,
that a lot
right.
too, Cam. Like how much commercial?
But see, like I said, so go back to the original point. It's like, well, let's just close fishing for 4 years, and that's going to solve the problem. It ain't going to solve shit. It wouldn't solve a damn thing.
Yeah.
You want to solve? You want to solve all the salmon
Do you think
problems?
there's over harvesting of salmon in the oceans by commercial
Absolutely.
fishermen?
I mean, not necessarily by commercial, but like whether it's bycatch or whether it's all in collectively. Yeah, I mean, they could probably curtail that a little bit, but I don't understand the numbers and the metrics. What I understand is like what's going on like right here, and I read the studies on the Columbia River, and it's like when we're losing 40% of all salmon, steelhead, smolt, hatchery, wild, whatever. And that's the other thing, like these wild fish guys like love. They like take the hatchery fish off the river, and all those cormorants and all those birds, they all of a sudden just
That's exactly.
don't eat any wild fish.
Dude.
Get real.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. These guys advocate
Get
to
real.
remove all these runs, and then they just literally made the wilds like non-existent.
Right now, all the predation falls on the wild fish. It's like, oh wow, I wonder what they ate. They just left.
That, there's no.
They don't eat one with
they're
fins.
overharvesting.
Oh, that's right. But only the orcas do. Is
Exactly.
that what they tried to say? That they don't like? Maybe the birds only eat the hatchery fish, but the orcas only would eat wild fish.
I've seen this question a lot. If you guys want to listen to our podcast, we have the podcast on Spotify, on Google Play, on Apple iTunes, on all those platforms. So if you want to listen to the podcast, you can listen to it on all those platforms. Just search Addicted Fishing Podcast.
Yeah, more hatchery production. Ryan, I think that's a Band-Aid. I mean, I think, we need to get the biggest bang out of the current hatchery stuff that we have. And some of the state's decisions on segregated stocks 30 years ago definitely aren't working anymore. And then on top of that, too, like, I think we could do better with the hatchery production we got. And I think we could solve some of these other problems. Like I said, I mean, shoot a couple freaking sea lions or kill a couple sea lions at Willamette Falls. Hey, we got
I know what we can do.
wild steelhead. It's like,
Actually, I better not say that.
No
That's gonna
kidding.
piss people off.
Yeah.
I want to say it so bad, though.
Yeah.
It's only gonna make 400, 500 people mad. Actually, it probably won't. The people watching probably agree.
What if we we can organize a protest. This is going to be perfect. We will
This is
shut
gonna be
down
scary.
the Astoria Bridge. We'll set up tents. We'll literally shut down the bridge. Just shut it down completely and say, get rid of these things or we're not leaving. We'll set up camps. We'll even take over the whole city of Astoria. And
No, because then a bunch of people that want the birds gone will get pissed off because I can't go over to Long Beach where my home's at.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I like your passion.
it was worth an idea. It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
guys,
frustrating.
now look at our viewership went up when Cam.
Yeah.
Cameron, part 2.
No, because I don't want this to happen all the time. Because fishing is fun and it's supposed to be fun. And like I said, but like it's funny. Like
I'm just worried
These
for the
political-
kids, my kids.
like I mean, and not to discredit. Like I saw a letter that a legislature wrote, and he wrote a great letter about the fishing closure, and he was really adamant about that, and he put facts and data against it, and basically said it wasn't a right decision. Blah blah blah. Great. Like, and I read the letter, and I'm like, got my stamp of approval. There's nothing, but it's like, I want to see the letter that's talking about like the bird predation that got people as fired up as the closure. Like, I want to see like stuff like that, because that's the kind of stuff that will change. I mean, it's going to take a while to fight these wild fish idiots back, through the system to get some more hatchery fish. I mean, except for the whole starving orca thing. Let's ignore that for now. But what we can do, but if we were able to get, like I said, some of this avian predation fixed and some of these other things fixed, I think we'd see. I mean,
Isaac, you are absolutely right. Clint, write that down. We need to do that right away. That is so.
Cormorant stickers.
Dude, how do we not have a sticker with a freaking
Bird
crosshair on a freaking cormorant?
Bird on it.
Isaac's gonna get the first one.
Great idea, dude. We are doing that. I'm making it tonight.
Travis.
Text Travis right now.
Travis right now, and I want the first. Yeah.
Marlon's already.
Cormorant stickers coming out soon.
Oh, grind. See, I don't want to have a rant statement. I don't want to have a rant thing.
I'm gonna honestly, you know what? The cormorant stickers, I'm gonna give away the first 100 for free. How about that?
Yeah. We'll
Clint, let's get 100 made. First 100 are going for free.
Okay.
Ban cormorants instead of ban sea lions.
Focus on that, and that's the other. I mean, if you really like, I'll break it down even more, since there's obviously more viewers are watching this because of this conversation. But I'll break it down even freaking more. I go, I see some posts where like you have fishermen that are actively wanting what some conservation groups are fighting for and against. right, that are getting like lambasted online by other fishermen that probably agree with 80% of what they said. They probably agree, but they don't agree with 20. And you'll see all this vitriol and all this like they failed, it sucked. It's like, I wish we would see that kind of enthusiasm towards like the splitting of these conservation groups towards like maybe the wild fish groups that actually have taken hatchery production away.
Yeah.
That actually, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we all like collectively need to focus. And the bottom line is none of you guys will do it. Freaking none of you will. None of you do it. You all have your own opinion about what conservation group this is, what. And
it is
meanwhile,
so funny. It's like,
and meanwhile, like this other group just removed like 150,000 Springer smolts from the Sandy. And everyone went, well, I guess that's the way it's going to be. Moving on. It's like, I'd be attacking every one of their sponsors. I'd be going after them.
Like, to your
Like,
point.
it's ridiculous.
To your point, baby steps. Maybe we just need to organize something and start small. Like the first little protest on the closure with the people out there in boats. It wasn't huge, but that started something, right? I think baby steps. Like, why not organize something to get a group of people together to talk about cormorants or what, you know what I mean? Like, just, you got baby steps. You got to start it. We got to start the movement.
Yeah.
Stickers.
Just start snagging. It's way better to get eggs. That's the how I'll do it.
all right, guys. I think we're
I'm
gonna.
over it. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that.
Let's end it with a little giveaway.
Yeah, let's do
here.
some good giveaways. Here, how about that?
Let's end it with a giveaway and call it good.
Oh, yes, Ross, there was, but you'll have to tune in again because, yeah. Rowan Pedersen, can you guys talk about kokanee in the middle of July in Central Oregon? Unfortunately, no, I can't because I've never done it in July and I've only fished a couple times in Central Oregon. Cormorants' lives matter. Jeff, I will have to say no, they don't.
Ban.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
This was fun.
I know. Like, it's like,
We got
look
some,
what I did. Oh, my nose still hurts.
We got some Nick Wax Tech Wash and their TX Direct. Basically what this stuff is, it helps you restore your Gore-Tex or your waterproof material.
Awesome.
It's amazing, amazing stuff. Been using it for a while now. And then we got some ProCure fish oil, shrimp, water-soluble scent. So we're going to give you guys an opportunity to win some of this. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget, every single Wednesday we're on here. So if you don't have that little bell notification turned on and you're on YouTube right now, go down there, click the little bell, and turn it to all notifications. Turn those things on. And then do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button, and then drop a comment below and let us know. What do we want to ask them?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Rant
What
over.
are you fishing for this weekend? What are you going to go out and fish for? It is Wednesday. What are you planning on fishing for Saturday, Sunday? Or if you have to work, just say, nope, I have to work. That sucks. But let us know what you're going to be fishing for this weekend. Drop a comment below. We're going to randomly select from those comments some ProCure scent and some Nick Wax Gore-Tex Restore.
Yeah, and also, I'll just do this to shameless plug. I have Sunday and Monday off this week because I thought I was going to be doing something else, and I'm going to be in town. So if anybody wants to go fishing Sunday or Monday,
You're going to be here?
I could be up here doing summer Chinook, or I could be out in Big Blue, depending on weather. So if you guys want to go fishing, hit me up. Gone. What's that? Calling in sick, Josh.
Yeah, guys, Cam has a couple
Yeah, so-
couple days open, which doesn't happen very often, as you guys know. I'm sure a lot of you guys have tried to fish with him. He's got a couple days open Friday. What'd you say?
No, Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday. So hit Cam up on at Facebook, Gone Catchin', or they can get you on Instagram, or they can text you, right?
Yes. Texting works great.
What's
Email
your-
works.
what's your text-
Email
how do they
works
text you?
better.
360?
Email works the best. GoneCatchin@gmail.com.
There you go. Gone
Catchin'.
Catchin' at gmail.com. What's everyone fishing for? What are you seeing?
I've seen a ton of salmon.
Bass,
Ocean fishing out of Cape D.
springers,
See you out there, bud.
fly fishing trout in the
Should be
creeks.
fun. I'm
Nice.
a little worried about Sunday. There's a little south wind there, but I think it'll be all right.
Some summer Chinookies.
Sockeye and Chinook. Ooh, I know where you're going. You ain't going around here.
Steelhead. He's fishing for
I saw
birds.
it.
I love it. Get him.
That's right.
I wanted to know if they were endangered to know like what kind of trouble you'd get in if you shot them. Like, are they just? Is it like a
I'm
misdemeanor
sure
slap on
I'm
the
not
wrist? Or?
advocating for anybody to do anything illegal.
I'm not either. I'm just asking. Is it?
I don't
I
know.
want to know the rules.
I don't know. I'm sure it's illegal to shoot them. But yet they hired contractors to go out.
I don't know if it is or not. You guys
Yeah,
should
they
check
moved
it
the
out.
bridge,
See if
but
it's
whatever.
illegal or not
Yeah.
legal or
Yeah.
midnight missions.
Cormorants and seals. I love that guy. Summer steelhead never caught one. Well, Joe, get after him.
Yeah, even though we can't summer steelhead fish in the Columbia, there is some fish showing up in the tributaries from what I've
if you
heard.
think about it, if they're not getting caught in the Columbia,
They're making it into the tribs.
yeah, because I can tell you right now, I was already chomping at the bit like next week, and there was some really good tides coming up. I'm like, I'm going to go down and just murk some summer steelhead. Nope.
Gonna be in the tribs.
You're going to have to go to the trips for that. Yeah,
But we'll have some live feeds. Actually, I think what we'll do next week, next Wednesday, we'll talk some tributary summer steelhead for you guys because I think it's about that time where they're going to start.
A lot of people get focused on, like some of the ocean salmon, the estuary salmon fishing as you get into August. But the reality is, if you were going to pick 1 month to summer steelhead, what would it be, Marlon? In the
August.
tributaries, August.
100%.
Nobody around.
Yep, August.
Yeah, August is really good. The biggest reason I like August, too, is by that time you've had fish typically coming in from May all the way through August. So you got fish throughout the whole system.
I forgot to text you the time for tomorrow.
What is it?
My client for tomorrow, he said cormorants make great targets when they're sitting there drying their wings out. He's not wrong.
Dude, it'd be so fun to just fly underneath the Astoria Bridge with a Mini 14 and just freaking.
I thought they were talking about adding. There's discussions on adding one to your bird limit.
I'm sure
your bird tag?
they need to do whatever they need to do it. And you know what? I haven't bought a duck stamp in the last 4 years, and I'll tell you what, I'd buy a duck stamp, and that's all. I would do that. I would hunt cormorant every day.
You kill one a day or one a season?
One a day. And I just never tag it.
Your bag limit.
What?
Like your daily, like
1 a year bag limit?
No, not a year.
No, one to your daily
one
bag.
a day. Oh yeah, and I would hunt a singular
Clint's
cormorant
probably
every day.
You're
if
lying.
they did that every day, October 15th till January 29th.
Oh yeah, Brian
I would
F says
kill.
they are protected under the Marine Mammal
Yes.
Protection Act.
Yes, they are protected, but they have been shooting them, and they moved them off one of the islands just to move them to the bridge. What's that?
2015 to 2017, they shot a ton of them,
Yeah,
but it did nothing.
yeah. Well, they didn't do their job, so they need better shots.
All right, everyone. Clint, let's get a winner going here. Someone's going to win some Nick Wax. Again, don't forget, shout out to Stevens Marine. If you guys need any sort of boat stuff or things for your boats, make sure you guys hit them up. They have two. Cam, where are their locations? They have one in Tigard,
Who?
Stevens.
They have one in Tiger and one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, one in Tigard, Oregon, one in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Oregon area, or even if you're not, use Stevens Marine because they're supporting Addicted. Who do we got, Clint? Who do we got? Miss Simpson. Miss Simpson, you just won some Nick Wax and some Procure. His comment says he's fishing for bass this weekend. Nice.
Bass. That's right.
All right, man. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your shipping address and exactly what you want. Nick Wax and some Procure oil.
Guided bird. Oh my God! If they did it, I would dedicate my life to taking as many people out to shoot those stupid things as I can.
Guided bird hunts.
I mean, it'd be just. I'd cancel every trip from October 15th till the date that happened.
That's the one, dude. Until I catch one lineups.
Oh yeah. I like it, Dave. I like it. Yeah, I need one of those too. But I gotta wake up at we're meeting at 5:30. I'll just tell you because you're listening. How about that? At that place I told you.
All right, guys. Clint, you picked a winner. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Do not forget,
Yeah.
please head over to our website. We got lots of stuff on there for sale, lots of stuff restocked. If you guys purchase stuff on our website, it's much appreciated. It's supporting us. Addicted.fishing. Lots of new stuff on there. Go check it out. Thanks again for tuning in. See you on the river.
See you next week.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
Go
Go
fishing.
fishing.